Hello, fellow K-drama lovers. If you've been bitten by the love bug and can't stop swooning over those on-screen romances, well, you're in for a treat. We're here to spill the beans on everything we know about the much-anticipated Season 2 of Call It Love. And trust us, it's going to be a ride full of emotions, with a sprinkle of humor along the way. Now, we know you're all excited, but before we get into it, let's address the elephant in the room. There's no official release date or trailer for Season 2 yet. But hey, that won't stop us from exploring everything we know so far and maybe even making a few educated guesses. So let's jump right in.
전체적으로 사실 좀 짠한 이야기들이 나와서 다른 곡들이 전반적으로 다 짠하고
동순이라는 사람 자체가
외로운 사람이라
그 분위기를 깨면 안 될 것 같아가지고
First things first, what's the scoop on Call It Love? For those who missed the hype on Season 1, Call It Love is a romance melodrama. It's all about the delightful chaos that takes place when two seemingly incompatible people cross paths, and, you guessed it, fall head over heels in love in the most unexpected circumstances, but destiny conspires to keep them apart. Shim Woo-joo, Lee Sung-hyuk, and Dong-jin, Kim Young-kwang, are our improbable lovebirds in Call It Love. Shim Woo-joo, Lee Sung-hyuk, who was emotionally scarred by her parents' divorce, and Dong-jin, played by Kim Young-kwang, who became a workaholic to battle against loneliness. At first, Woo-joo showed up at her dad's funeral. Her plan was to get back at her dad and her mistress-turned-widow, Hee-ja, for leaving her when she was little. She was bent on seeking revenge and targeted Hee-ja's son, Dong-jin, but unknown to her, Dong-jin was the exact opposite of his estranged mother. Shim Woo-joo and Dong-jin was off the charts, leaving us all craving more. Now, without further ado, let's dive into what we know about Season 2. The cast of Call It Love, Season 2, old favorites and new faces. Now let's talk about the heart and soul of the Korean blockbuster Call It Love, the cast and crew. Who can we expect to see in Season 2? Hold on to your hats, because if there would be a second season, our beloved Shim Woo-joo and Dong-jin will probably be back for another round of lovey-dovey adventures, as well as other major characters like Sung-joon as Woon-jun, Shim Woo-joo's best friend, An Hee-yeon as Kang Min-young, Dong-jin's ex-lover, Kim Ye-won as Shim Hye-sung, Shim Woo-joo's younger sister, Se Dong-won as Cha Young-min, Park Ji-na as Hyung Ji-hyung, Yeon Jae-hyung as Kang Gun, Nam Ji-hye as Ma Hee-ja, Sun Young as Kim Yoo-ri. So we can expect more of the same, and maybe even better in Season 2. But that's not all, we should also expect some new additional characters in the series. Although nothing official has been confirmed yet regarding Season 2, they're still keeping us in the dark about whether there'll even be a Season 2. But we're still looking into the series, and we'll be sure to let you know if there's any updates. Call It Love Season 2, plot, new twists and turns. What can we expect from Season 2 of Call It Love? Remember from the official summary of Season 1. With the death of her estranged father, Woo-joo loses her home to someone else. She goes out to reclaim the house but receives shocking news. Dong-jin faces financial difficulties due to downright interferences by rival Shinwoo Fair. The business secrets in Best Fairs are leaked. Complaints from contractors pour in. While evidence points to Woo-joo as the culprit, Woo-joo receives a phone call from Dong-jin. Woo-joo receives an unexpected offer, and CEO Shin plans to destroy Best Fairs. You may also like to read Trolley Season 2. Does Netflix confirm the renewal of this Korean drama? Best Fairs project is put on hold, and Woo-joo has a secret rendezvous. Woo-joo hesitates as Dong-jin breaks. Everything is going according to the director Shin's plan. Best Fairs is driven to the brink. Woo-joo and Dong-jin are approached by someone, and Jigu is one step closer to finding out Dong-jin's identity. Woo-joo fixes her mistakes, and Woo-joo asks Dong-jin for a favor. Someone begins to question Woo-joo's identity. With Season 1's finale leaving us with so many questions, it's only natural that fans have come up with some intriguing theories and predictions for Season 2. Of course, it wouldn't be a romantic melodrama without a few mishaps and misunderstandings. We're hearing whispers of a lot of mix-ups. Can you imagine the chaos? We can't wait to see how these situations play out. The setting, more than just a backdrop. One of the things that sets Call It Love apart is the picturesque setting. Season 1 treated us to stunning landscapes, charming cafes, and cozy apartments that made us want to pack our bags and move right in. Well, folks, let's hope Season 2 will give us more enchanting locations that'll have us daydreaming about our next romantic getaway. Possible release date. Okay, folks, we know you're dying to know the possible release date of Season 2, Call It Love, if renewed. It might take some time for the series producers to decide whether or not to continue the series because the show recently just debuted on Disney+. So if there's ever an official renewal release after the Season 1 finale, we won't see the new season 2 until late 2024 or 2025 at the very least. Some key highlights and takeaways. Love is real and beautiful. What sets this drama apart from other shows is how natural and real the love is. Woo-joo and Dong-jin's love affair glowed very slowly, but it was natural. We even found it hard to tell when exactly one fell for the other. Their facial expressions and gestures were kept low-key and minimal, yet they still expressed so much passion and emotion. Their cute expressions, gestures, words, and conversations will genuinely make you remember how you should feel when you're really into someone. Kim Young-kwang said in an interview that he believes being in love is when you're constantly staring at them, and he perfectly portrayed that as Dong-jin in the series. Dong-jin also had rekindled his love for camping by sharing the experience with Woo-joo, which confirms the theory that when you're in love, you just want to share all the things you find beautiful with that person. Woo-joo, on the other hand, may have been completely heart-hardened due to the past and a troublesome character on the outside, but there have been so many times that she has said things to Dong-jin that are kind and sweet. You won't go down. I want you to live the most comfortable life. Do what your heart tells you to do. And the fact that her character is so brutally honest sometimes made these lines even sweeter to hear because you know they're genuine. Her love for Dong-jin was most expressed through her words. At the beginning of the show, she wondered why Dong-jin appeared to live in such a comfortable life while she suffered. But as she fell in love, a comfortable life had a new meaning for her. After she realized how much she had hurt him with her ambivalence, his coldness when Uncle Dae-hong visited the office, she tells Dong-jin at the hospital that she went to his place to tell him what she really meant and she wanted to live with him in a comfortable life. It was her own way of saying that she still cared for him. Lonely but not alone. The very beginning of the series opens beautifully with the words, "To understand the loneliness of others, for me, that's the beginning of love." It's an incredibly sensitive and meaningful quote and is one of the foundations for the show. Woo-joo and Dong-jin have several people around them who care for them. Even Jun, who lives his everyday life as a pharmacist but is constantly feeling alone under the pressure of his overbearing mother, realizes the loneliness of Woo-joo, who resides to live in her life of hate. Sunwoo is constantly worrying about Dong-jin and wants him to find happiness even if that means Dong-jin leaving the company he built with him. Hye-sung, who struggles with finding love, soon realizes she's actually in love with someone who's always been there for her. Everyone suddenly feels lonely, but they're far from being alone. Their feeling of being lonely is pointed out not only through acting, but is also through the cinematography. Every shot, every angle feels like a documentary, and the audience is peering into the characters' lives. The long shots feel like time's frozen, and you're living life with no particular pace, as one may feel when lonely. Every shot, every angle was taken with thought and detailed. Hate they can drive out hate. There are two families who are mutual enemies that act as obvious stumbling blocks between Woo-joo and Dong-jin, but hate doesn't let them fall to their demise. Woo-joo's love took over hate. Dong-jin couldn't bring himself to hate her for trying to take revenge on him. There was a moment when Woo-joo told Dong-jin that she felt like she was walking backwards because she was driven with hate until she met him. Then there's Woo-joo's mother, showing her grace in class by not letting hate end things with Dong-jin's mother. The only person who let himself go a little too far walking backwards was Dong-jin's former boss, losing himself when he wanted to take revenge on Dong-jin by using Woo-joo. Hate is undeniably a natural feeling, but when kept for so long, it ultimately only hurts us and not the other person. Final thoughts. Love is in the air. As we eagerly await for the official announcement of whether or not Call It Love Season 2 will air, one thing is clear, love is in the air, and it's going to sweep us off our feet once again. So with faith, grab a little snack and your favorite cozy blanket and your best friends for a romantic melodrama marathon you won't soon forget. Let us know in the comment section if you feel Season 2 will come out, and stay tuned for more updates. Get ready to call it love all over again.